Hello, my name is Brian Robbins, and this is my video assignment for the reaction video 3. Um, First thing I wrote down was when he talked about how many people have been yelled at by coworkers or bosses uh, in the crowd. I don't think too many people raised their hand by the reaction that he had after he asked the question. The crowd was kind of dead, first of all, so it was, you know what I'm saying, I feel like it was kind of hard for him to get through it, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people, probably a lot of people in this class too, if they ain't deal with it themselves, they definitely like seen it like at work. Cause I know in not this job I'm at, but a couple of the jobs I used to work at, I've seen it a lot. But it wasn't like yelling, like bullying, or like directly like putting somebody down, like, oh, you're this, you're that. It was just like small stuff, like, oh, like you don't have common sense, or oh, you don't think, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, just to irritate you, I guess. But either way, it's still wrong. Like, you shouldn't be talking to people like that. You don't know what people going through, you know what I'm saying? And some people just not quick learners. So yeah, for you to get irritated and feel like you have to raise your voice at another adult is kind of crazy, in my opinion. The second thing I wrote down that he said was, this is like bullying. Like, this is not just kid stuff anymore, like kid bullying. Like, we're actually adults now. Like, we know what we're doing and know what you're saying now. It's like, you know what I'm saying, people should do better. The next thing I wrote down was when he talked about the percentages. He said 27% of employees are direct targets. And like I said earlier, I've witnessed it at jobs that I've been at. I've witnessed it on teams I was on. Like, people, like it happens, and people sweep it under the rug. Like, they don't pay attention. A lot of people act like it don't happen. They just allow it to go on, which is ridiculous. He said 72% of people have witnessed it. 72% of people justified it. That, when he said that, like, that really just shivered me timbers. Like, that was crazy. Cause for you to see how someone acts and be like, oh, that's just how they act whenever when they stressed or they got something going on, like, that's not right. You shouldn't allow the circumstances and situation that you're in to affect how you treat other people. I mean, you're a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like, even me myself, like, sometimes I'll catch myself, I'm having a bad day, and I'm about to take it out on somebody, and I just gotta stop and think, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll say something to somebody, you know what I'm saying, and I'll go back, you know what I'm saying, like 2-3 minutes later, like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm sorry, I just got some stuff going on, you know what I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying, if that's the case, where like you do get like that whenever you're stressed or you have something going on, I mean, it's okay to like apologize. That'll make you, you know what I'm saying, soft. You know what I'm saying. Next thing I wrote down was this affects performance of everyone, not just yourself. I found that interesting. Cause like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, if you come to work and someone's yelling at you constantly, bullying you, putting you down, of course that's gonna throw you off, you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna be able to work as hard, work as fast, and that's gonna have everybody else have to pull more weight to help you out. And chances are, if it's happening to someone in the workplace, it's not just that one person. It's probably a couple other people too. So that's 2-3 people that you gonna have to keep pulling for and keep working with. So that's gonna, throw everybody off, slow things down, mess up the progress. The next thing I wrote down was executives spend 15% or 7 weeks of their time dealing with unethical conduct. I feel like if you spending that much time already, then you know it's a problem. You shouldn't just allow it to go on. You should do something to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Say something. Have meetings about it. Take action on it. You can't just keep dealing with it like it's okay, like it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a problem. Because 7 weeks, you know what I'm saying, dealing with unethical conduct could be used in a more productive way to help bring profits and increase, you know what I'm saying, increase things in the business and keep bringing in, you know what I'm saying, income. That's the word. Next thing I wrote down was expect ethical liability from good leaders. As he said, legal liability is easy. Like, that's a standard. That's just, you know what I'm saying, use your brain, don't get in no trouble. But ethical liability is a higher standard. That's the test of character. If you're a manager and it's a coworker going around talking bad about people, calling people names, just being a rugrat, and you're not doing nothing about it, you're just allowing it to go on. But what does that say about you? You know what I'm saying? You're not a good leader. Just because he's a good worker, or just because, you know what I'm saying, you know that person, you shouldn't just allow him to do what he does. And that's another thing that the speaker talked about too. I guess I ain't write it down, but he talked about how sometimes when people know these people or they work there for a long time, then a lot of times they get to get away with these things because of who they are, the connects they have, you know what I'm saying? And that's not fair to everybody else. Another thing I wrote down, most common form of unethical leadership is allowing unethical conduct to continue, either by knowing or not knowing. For a minute, when he said it, I didn't really understand it too much, but as I got to think about it, if you're a good leader, that means you're communicating with your coworkers, you're communicating with your team, y'all talking, y'all on the same page. So if you don't know that there's an issue unethically or an unethical problem going around, then you're not doing your job as a leader. You're not staying in tune and staying in touch with your team. And the last thing I wrote down is how is knowing and not doing anything different from saying it's okay? And there's absolutely no difference. If you know and you don't do nothing about it, you're basically saying, okay, well, like, I'm not gonna do nothing about it. Like, it's okay. It's a part of our culture, basically. And that's all I have for this reaction video.